What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with a new figure review. Today we've got a figure that is actually in a line I have never owned in my personal collection before, the SH Figuarts line by Bandai. That is a brand new line. Of all the years I've been collecting, the hundreds if not thousands of different figures I have bought and sold over the years, I have never owned a single SH Figuarts figure. But recently I've been watching a few reviews online and they seem to be pretty good quality figures. I kind of like the price point. If it's a higher quality, then obviously something like a Marvel Legend, Marvel Select, something in that line. If it's a much better quality than that, I feel like something in the $60 to $80 price point is very fair, especially if it gets up, close to, something like, a Mezco type of figure. You're paying 100 plus for those figures. I know they're soft goods and these are not. But I feel like the price is reasonable. Now in this case, I got Cammy for about 35 bucks. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. Picked it up here at my local comic book shop here in Charlotte, North Carolina, called Rebel Base Comics and Toys, which you guys have seen me do a toy hunt before of. And I visit them about once a week, once every other week. And they had a few of the Street Fighters. So Street Fighter is very nostalgic for me. I played a ton of it growing up. Cammy was one of my favorite characters in Super Street Fighter 2, which was actually her first appearance in the Street Fighter genre, in the Street Fighter video game arc. So I wanted to pick her up first. They had Blanca. He was there for 70 bucks. I didn't know if that was a good deal or not. I did see on Macari where he'd been going for like high 40s, low 50s a couple times here recently. So I didn't want to overpay for something, and I need to educate myself a little more on this line before I really start going out and just buying stuff. I don't want to, overpay for figures that I don't have to, kind of out there on that secondary market. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this line? I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there that have a ton of knowledge on this. What are some of the great figures in this line? If I wanted to pick some up, what would you recommend that I pick up? What are some real good quality, well done, well sculpted and designed figures out there that I can get for a decent price? Love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Enjoy your guys' comments anyways, but definitely if it's giving me some advice and filling me in on something I just don't know a lot about. So let's take a look at Cammy. So we've got a pretty nice window packaging here. We can see a lot of her accessories, 2 heads, 4 hands. Looks like we got some action effects in there. We can see her pretty much, her full presentation there for her body and sculpt, which looks really nice. Looks just like what we would see in the Street Fighter video game. So I like the box. I think the box looks very good if you were a in-box collector. I feel like this could be a good box for that. Got a nice product image here in the bottom right-hand corner. Bandai's got their logo there. SH Figuarts up here in the top. So this is number 3. So something else I have to do a little research on is that number 3 for the Street Fighter. I'm assuming that's probably for the Street Fighter line, not for the SH Figuarts line. That's something else you guys can tell me. Do they number them by the line, or is it just SH Figuarts numbering as a whole? So if it's an Avengers figure, a Street Fighter figure, whatever, it doesn't matter. The number just keeps running. I'd be interested to know that. As we're moving on around, we got Cammy here. We got a little write up here. It says SH Figuarts is a new standard figure series that uses the art style of Bandai action figures to successfully pursue character expression through humanoid action. So I have no clue what that means. That's a lot of writing. Got some stuff written in other languages. They call this the Fighting Body series. It says based on the concept of faithfully recreating techniques unique to hand-to-hand combat characters while integrating new gimmicks not found in the traditional SH Figuarts format. So that's interesting. I'm assuming that means just a lot of posability. So we'll see that when we get it out. So one thing I want to know is how easy are these guys to pose in this line. But these are all product images kind of showing the different things she can do, the effect, how that would be used, the optional parts. Her and Ryu kind of facing off there. I'd love to get him. I have noticed he appears to be one of the maybe the more expensive ones in the Street Fighter line. And then we just got some promotional art on this side, which I love. That's some really nice promotional art there of Cammy. And then at the top, 30th anniversary of Street Fighter. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop Cammy out of this box and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got Cammy out of her packaging, and I did a little something different this time with my review. So I did the box portion of this review yesterday, actually, and I wanted to take some time before I did this portion of the review to really just kind of play with her. Probably as weird as that sounds, but to play with her and to pose her and to move her around. So I kind of carried her around. This, as I discussed in the opening there, this is my first time with an SH Figuarts figure. So I wanted to really, get used to the articulation and feel the articulation in this figure, as I've heard some good things about the posability of a SH Figuarts. And let me tell you, I am pleasantly surprised by this figure line. I kind of thought that this was maybe like a poor man's Mafex, was kind of my assumption of this line, and really why I've never really dabbled into it. You can see that I've had many Mafex figures. I've done some reviews on Mafex figures on my channel before, but to be honest with you, this may be maybe my favorite action figure line at this point. I've had Storm Collectibles, obviously Marvel Legends is a line that I currently collect. But very, very pleasantly surprised with this. So let's go ahead and take a look at Cammy. Let's look at her accessories first. So we'll go ahead and start. She gets a real nice effect here, which is something we actually got this, we saw on the back of the box art. This is kind of a kicking effect. I guess you could turn it into a punching effect, but I think it's really intended to be kind of a kicking effect that you can, position her feet, her foot down into that little port there and kind of create the effect that she's putting a kick on somebody. So that's really neat. It's kind of a hard plastic. It would break if you were to really put a lot of pressure on it, but it feels very durable. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. It is two pieces that they have put together by maybe, it looks like maybe four just kind of plastic pegs that are holding it together. You can kind of see the two on this side and then two on this side. So it's a top and a bottom piece basically. And then this is just one, hard piece of kind of translucent plastic as well. So pretty neat there. I like that effect. You also get two kind of diorama background pieces. Let's see, we'll kind of move Cammy over here. So you get, they both appear to be the inside of a train station. So you can kind of create a background effect with these. So this is not, it's two just pieces of cardboard is all it is. You can see it's thin cardboard, but it very much is a background, I'm assuming from the video game. I can't remember right offhand, but I'm pretty sure it's probably just an actual background from the Street Fighter V video game. So that's neat, especially if you could do some neat photographic shots, kind of with that as a background. We may use that for even a thumbnail. Moving right along, you get two additional head sculpts. You get kind of an open mouth portrait here. Very nice. So it's identical to the one that she's wearing in every way, with the exception that the mouth is open in this one. And we'll talk about how that goes on and off. You can probably tell by the two pegs how you change those out. And then we have this one, which really the only thing I can tell, the only difference I can tell is it kind of looks like her eyes are kind of looking to the left, where with these, the eyes are looking, let's see if we can get that. The eyes are looking kind of straight forward. So it's just kind of that stoic look, but you can see that the eyes are slightly angled differently on one versus the other. So nice little additions there. I like that. Now we get a couple different hand options. So you've got kind of these two I guess you call them like relaxed or open palm hands. They're identical as far as the gloves are concerned to the ones that she comes in the box on, but these are kind of open. And then you get, you know, what I would consider more like a karate hand or a salute hand here. So just a flat palm hand. So very nice. These are all very easy to swap out. If you wanted to swap, it's just a peg. And obviously you see here we got two fist hands come on or out of the package, but you would just pull on that ever so gently and pop that on just like that. Very easy to do. So pretty cool. Now, as far as the face is concerned, you've got to pop the hat off. So her hat comes off. And then you can see there are two pegs on the face. You can see how that is, how that joint is in there like that. And then you're basically just going to take the new face, pop it into those two pegs like that. You can see the, so the hat does a good job of covering the seam for us. And then you're just going to pop the, I'll show you, the hat actually, or the beret, whatever you want to call it, has a little peg in it. And she has a little peg on top of her head. Bam, just like that. Extremely simple, very, very user-friendly. I like it a lot. The more and more I mess with this figure, the more I like this figure. And it really, really excites me and makes me want to get more of these figures. In fact, I went ahead and purchased the Blanca yesterday, so he will be coming in and we'll do a review on him sometime soon as well. So let's go ahead and talk about articulation. So we got a ton of down. However, you got to be careful. It will create that gap if you go too far down. But you can get down to there. Not a lot of up because of the hair. The hair is really impeding the up. You can full 360 it. Again, that hair really gets in the way of that full 360. Arm up to there, full 360. Spin at the bicep. Double jointed elbow. Little spin at the forearm. It may go full 360, but I can't seem to get it to do that. Full 360 at the wrist and back and forth. Two areas of articulation here in the abdominal area. You've got a crunch here just below the chest, which you can see goes back and forward, and then another crunch right at the base of the abdomen, which the two combined, you can get a lot of over, a lot of crunch, and a lot of back. I mean, that's fantastic. You also can fully spin. I mean, you can go 360 if you want. Very nice. All kinds of kick. The legs out to there. Plenty of back. That does swivel slightly on that hip joint. Double knees. Plenty of articulation there. And then ankle, you got all kinds of movement here in the ankle. Down, up, side to side, tons of side to side, both ways. And then toe articulation. All right, guys, so that's articulation, which I'm very, very happy with. It's probably one of the easiest articulated figures I've ever had in hand. There is not a single joint that I feel like would snap or break or have some kind of issue like I do sometimes with a Marvel Legend or a NECA figure. Very similar to Mafex. You know, most of the time with a Mafex figure, I don't feel like I'm going to break any of the articulated areas. So it very much is reminiscent to that figure line. However, it does still seem to me like it has a little bit better feel even than the Mafex does. And I don't know if this is one of their better figures or if there are much better figures than Cammy out there. And that's why I'm kind of reaching out to you guys to share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And I know this is an older figure. It's been out for some time and there's been plenty of reviews on it, but I'm really doing this review to kind of even establish communication. I want to hear from other SH Figuarts collectors and your guys' thoughts on this line and what you think I should pick up. What figures out there are really, really well done? Are there better figures than Cammy? If there's better figures than Cammy, I can't even wait to get my hand on it, really. So let's do some size comparisons with her with a few other lines, and then we'll wrap up our video. All right, guys, so just a couple size comparisons here. We'll move a few in and out. We got Metalhead, who, like I said in a previous video, you're gonna get a size comparison of this guy in every video because I'm so happy with this character. And then Donatello from the same NECA Ninja Turtle line. So you can see she fits in well, you know, with another 6-inch figure line. I think that size looks fantastic. Go ahead and move these guys out. And we'll move in our Marvel Legends. So we've got Rogue here from the Marvel Legends, as well as Wolverine. If you want to do some Marvel versus Capcom, they do look good together. I think the size here is still acceptable. And I know Rogue is a little, really kind of a good bit bigger, but you would imagine Rogue would be a bigger character in the Marvel Legend line. You can see her and Wolverine are similar in height. So, you know, maybe if anything, I have noticed maybe from this, looking at this figure, I think they call this a 6-inch figure line. Maybe runs a hair small compared to other 6-inch figure lines here. It kind of looked good with the NECA stuff, but in looking at this, maybe she's a tad small, is kind of my opinion. Again, let me hear your guys' opinions on that. I'm sure some of you collectors out there that collect this line would have a much better take on the size and scale of the SH Figuarts line. But that's just some comparisons for you from a size standpoint of other figures in a 6-inch line and compared to her. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, this is a new figure line for me, so I've got a lot to learn. I really like this version of Cammy. Personally, I think I like her first appearance better, where she had the, you know, kind of the camo look here on her legs. But the Street Fighter V one looks good. They kind of went away from that over time. I'll throw up maybe an image here, and you can look at the comparisons from kind of when she first appeared to the point that she's at here in this figure. But definitely one of my all-time favorite Street Fighter characters. But you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe, you know, share this video. If you know of other SH Figuarts collectors out there, share it with them. I really would like to have a little bit of dialogue in the comments with you guys as collectors, just to kind of learn more about this line. You guys stay safe. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Until next time.